If you're looking for a business process management software for your small business, then I have the perfect tool for you. Most business process management tools out there are very costly and primarily meant for large, complex organizations. However, as a small business automation developer, I was committed to building a tool that all small businesses can use, both myself and my clients. And so that's why I built Oppsemble, which is a tool to help you assemble your operations. Now, this platform can do a lot, but I'm just going to start off with some of the basics and essentially what I really think drives the value for this tool. So give me just a second. Let me log in here. Perfect. So as you can see, we have a dashboard. You can see your OKRs, your open tickets, pending tasks, total tickets, recent decisions from the decision log, and all sorts of stuff. But really, that's not what I think drives value for this product. What I think really drives value is the interactive process documentation tool that allows you to document step-by-step processes with details for each step and conditional logic that allows you to control different nuances of that process. And so I'll show you an example. I think the one that we have the most logic on is this one for new requests that we get via our website. And we have a lot of different steps here, right? A lot of different things need to happen whenever we get a new request in, and we have different form fields. So for each step, you can collect certain data from your team. You have different logic and rules. Let's see where we do have some logic. Here we have some logic where we only want to show this task in certain instances, right? And you can configure all of that so that your team doesn't have to read through a bunch of if-and statements on a detailed SOP document, but rather they can just follow along step by step. And you don't have to create a ticket, even though you have the functionality. You don't have to create a ticket or a task in order to do that. All you have to do, now you can, but all you really have to do is click share, get the external share link, and then whoever you share it with will be given access. I need to reset it. Will be given access to an interactive checklist with all the logic and details that you have configured. And so whenever we receive a new client, the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have their email. We want to make sure we have their name. And so we'll complete that step because we have that information. Now, the next thing is part of our process is we every now and then go in and test to make sure our forms are working. So if it's a test request, you can just go in, mark complete, and the whole process is complete. But if it's not a test request, then we need to see, okay, was the request completed all the way through? If no, then then we move on because that means we don't have their contact information. But if yes, you can see a lot more steps appear. If the consultation was already scheduled, then we just add them to the consultation sequence. If it wasn't already scheduled, then we follow up. And so you can see how this can really help with having a good process and details and, managing the follow-up process and managing the consultation process and all of that. So this, I really think, is the primary reason I built this tool. Is I needed an interactive process checklist tool I can give to my clients. And so with that being said, there are a lot more functionalities of this. As you can see, we do have tickets, right? Various different tickets. We have it set up where you can assign, I think most of these are just for me, but where you can assign different tasks to different assignees, right? And so that's always helpful. And we have a automation integration feature. Let's see where it is. I'm drawing a blank right now. I think it's under processes, triggers. There we go. Where you can determine, hey, when does this process need to happen? Either you make it happen via a webhook from an action taken via a different application that you have, or you can put it on a schedule where, hey, this process needs to take place every so often. It helps you monitor that by automatically creating and assigning tickets. And there's dynamic ways you can assign different tickets and that sort of thing. And I won't go into all the detail, but I just wanted to provide a brief overview of kind of how this can be beneficial for your business. I might do a more in-depth overview of some of the Oppsemble features at another time. We have, in addition to that, we have some basic reporting things where you can see, how many different types of tasks or tickets you have open. And we have a documentation section where you can store all your documentation and information in various folders for use and access of your team, which you can also share internally or externally. We have a decision log. I use this with myself and my team to make sure I hold myself accountable. So that whenever we make a decision as a team as to how we're going to handle certain instances and nuances, we kind of record that and let everyone know, and we can go back and see what decisions were made. And then last but not least, no, we have one more thing. Data governance, a data dictionary, so you can kind of specify all of the data for your team. Now, my team and myself have been working together so long that we don't really have to communicate too much data governance stuff on our end. But for some of our other clients, which we have a lot of clients that use this platform, we use this data dictionary for them. And now, last but not least, is we have an AI feature. So if you're looking for certain information, let's say, if I want to know how to handle a new client request, I can just type in, and it will be thinking and searching through all of our processes and documents and try and find, the best resources to reference. And so there we go. It came up with all the new requests processes, and you can go straight there. You can view the process, and you can go to the interactive screen. And so really neat tool. I think it's definitely very helpful for small businesses. I built this myself with Lovable, a really great platform. And then, of course, last but not least, this is currently in public beta, so there's no cost. But once we do get it monetized, it'll probably be about $50 a month, which is much more affordable than a lot of small business not small business, uh, business process management platforms out there. And so with that being said, definitely please be sure to try it out. It's oppsemble.com, and I'll include the link in the description as well. Thank you very much, and take care.